Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of the Fishing Teacher, and thank you very much for checking today's video out and subscribing to the channel. It's always much appreciated. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things that you can do as a beginning angler and as a successful skilled angler too. It's something that starts from the first time you start fishing and you never quit it, and that is learning how to be completely present when you're fishing, completely in the moment and present when you're fishing. I want to talk a little bit about why that is important. So there's a couple different elements to this, guys. There's as far as what your expectations are in fishing. If you just want to go out with your buddies and have a good time and and just relax, and you don't really care if you catch any or not, it's no big deal. Just go out there and have a good time and don't worry about it. But if you're serious about wanting to become a better angler and you're working towards that goal, one of the most important things that you have to do is you have to learn how to focus your attention completely on fishing while you're fishing. Now, this is easier said than done, believe me, because usually what happens when you're out fishing, especially if the fish aren't biting, is your mind starts to drift off. It's like if you're not catching them, you start focusing on not catching them, or you focus on something you got to do back home when you get home, or you start thinking about a bill that's got to get paid, and you just sort of drift off into a never-ending string of things other than focusing on your fishing. One of the most important exercises that you can do, I think, that's really helped me out a lot, is you have to fish one cast at a time. So say, for example, you make a cast out there. You have to completely be into that cast. So in other words, what I'm talking about is when you make your cast out there, take some time to sort of picture in your mind what your lure or your bait looks like in the water. Say, for example, you throw out a plastic worm in the water. A good little exercise here to keep you in the moment is imagine, you throw the worm out there, then just sort of get this picture in your mind while you're fishing about the worm falling down in the water. And as you're twitching it along and as you're working along the bottom, imagine what that worm looks like coming across rocks and coming across pieces of brush and that type of stuff. And then maybe try to picture a bass slowly swimming up to that worm and looking at it. And then, twitch a little bit more like you're trying to, get that fish to hit. It sounds, it sounds sort of strange, but I promise you it works, because if you do that every cast, then you're expecting to catch a fish every cast, and you're ready for the fish when that fish bites. And it keeps you in the moment, it keeps you present, and you can't discount the fact of being completely present in the moment. It's just your senses are a lot more sharper, and there's a variable in fishing that I can't really explain it, but the more that you focus on catching fish, the more fish that you catch. And along with that too, as far as focusing and distracting, is try to pay attention to everything that's going on around you. If another good exercise you can do is, say, for example, you catch your first fish of the day. Just take a little mental note and notice what sort of the conditions are. Like, look up in the sky and notice if it's, how many clouds are up there. Is it partly cloudy? How much of a partly cloudy or sunny day is it? How thick are the clouds? Are there some cirrus clouds or cumulus clouds? What's the direction of the wind? Try to take in as many of those variables that you can. Look out over the water and see the direction the wind's coming from. And the more that you do that, then the more that the next time you go fishing, and the next time and the next time after that, you can start to build up like sort of a little resume of conditions. And being able to duplicate things that's worked for you in the past is one of those things that will really help you become a better angler. And another thing you can do, I like to do, is when you catch a fish, take a time and look to where that fish is caught. Because say, for example, if the fish is caught in the roof of the mouth, or if it's in the side of the mouth, or sometimes they get caught in the bottom of the mouth, that tells you the direction the fish was coming on when you set the hook into that fish. It sort of gives you the idea of how they're positioned. So everything that you can do like that just leads you more to the next fish, and that's ultimately what you want to do. And another thing is just think about one fish at a time. It's like, go out there, don't expect to catch 2 or 3 or 5 or 20 fish in a day. go out there and try to catch one fish. And then after you catch that one, put your complete focus on catching your second fish. And if you do that, it's just some simple mental exercises that will really help you be more present in the moment and not, get distracted so much. So anyway, hope that helps out, guys. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. I'm sure you probably do, but just wanted to pass that along, and we'll talk later.